You know, it's funny, guys. Whenever I'm talking to chicks in real life, they think I'm the nicest guy ever. They think I'm the most polite, the most nicest, sweet guy in the world. Because unless you do something to warrant it, that side of me doesn't come out. Now, the internet sees that side of me more than people in real life do because people in real life don't try to fuck with me, for the most part. And when they do, usually all you need is a small display of force for people to leave you alone, right? But on the internet, everybody thinks they're invincible, everybody thinks they're untouchable, so you have to go to another level usually just so people take the hint, right? But because, I don't really get pissed off easily. But I get pissed off easily when I'm on the internet because the internet, man, you people gotta stop being so fucking gullible, bro. Like, it's getting to the point where I can't watch YouTube. Cause I don't understand. Cause people just let these guys make these channels and say anything. You just let these people say anything. Like, what the fuck, man? So, you guys, those of y'all who have been following the channel for a while, you guys know I used to be a correctional officer. Maximum security facility. So I was not dealing with people that were stealing bikes. I was dealing with actual shot callers, actual gang members, can I say murderers on YouTube still? Is YouTube gonna take my video down? Oh, I gotta say the magic words. YouTube. This video is for educational purposes, and I'm reacting to this video as satire. So I'm doing educational comedy, so please don't take my video down for some of the language I'm gonna use on my shit. See, some YouTubers, they worry about the monetization shit. I don't make any money from fucking YouTube. But, I worry about YouTube taking my videos down because YouTube doesn't demonetize me, they just take my videos down. So I gotta say the magic words so when I say other magic words, my shit doesn't get taken down. But so I was dealing with actual murderers, actual gang members, actual shot callers, and people that have been in solitary confinement longer than most of these jokers have been alive. My humbling experience, because I was 24. Yeah, I was 24. No, I was 25. I was either 24 or 25 when I was a correctional officer. And I met an inmate who has been in prison for 33 years. He was in prison at that time. No, he was in prison 6 years ago, longer than I've been alive right now, because I'm only 30 right now. But he's been in prison 6 years ago for 33 years. He'll be on like 40 years now. That was my humbling experience, right? That was a real shot caller. That was a real gang member. That was a guy who really put in work. You got these jokers on YouTube who were in minimal security facilities. I mean, these motherfuckers, the guy in the video only did 3 years, yet he was a shot caller. Like, I can't watch these videos because it just pisses me off. Like, people, y'all don't do any kind of fact checking. Y'all just let these idiots, these clowns get on the internet and just say anything. And y'all just roll with it, man. Let me just play some of the, because I could only get through 3 minutes of this shit, and that's more than I need for me to emphasize my point. So let's just get to the video, because yeah.
You clicked up with Irish Pride pretty quickly. You got to Snake River.
Yeah, my second cellie was one of the shot callers for Irish Pride. He was doing a double life sentence because when he was 17 years old.
The video was starting off well, but it quickly goes downhill for here. But listen to what the fuck he just said. The shot caller he was sealed up with had a double life sentence. Because understand something, guys. To be a shot caller in prison, you got to put in work. And if you put in work, you're going to get a life sentence. If you kill somebody in prison, you're going to get a life sentence. Even if you do it in a blind spot where there's no cameras, understand something. Prison has the most envious people on planet Earth. They don't want to see you escape, right? And all they have is time. So they're always watching you. They're always gathering information about you, and they will snitch. I know this as a former correctional officer. I never had issues getting an inmate to tell me stuff. You give an inmate a piece of steak, they'll tell you anything you want to know, man. So even if you do it in the blind spot, somebody's watching and somebody's going to snitch on you. So if you put in work, you're going to get a life sentence. He starts off the video well, but just listen to the rest of the shit that he says.
His uncle was his little sister, and
they're trying to get paid on YouTube, so they censored the word molesting. But basically, the dude had a family member who was like, who he claims was raping his little sister. For those of y'all that couldn't read lips.
Dude tried to take it to the police. He tried to take it to his parents. He tried to take it everywhere, and nobody would listen. So he ended up cutting his uncle up. He invited his uncle out to a bonfire, killed him, cut him up, put him in several different locations to try to dispose of the body at 17 years old, went home, showered, bleached under his fingernails, burned his clothes. And
yeah,
his dad ended up snitching on him.
Oh my.
Now, if you do put in some work, you must never tell anybody. Now, this is a tricky situation. Because, assuming, this is another thing about ex-convicts and ex-inmates and whatnot. Criminals lie. So, this guy could be telling the truth with what he's saying about the dude. Like, the dude killed his uncle because his uncle was raping his little sister. Unfortunately, stories like that, I mean, that happens often. So he could have been telling the truth, but inmates lie. Convicts lie a lot. For the sake of this video, we're gonna assume he's telling the truth because unfortunately, so many women lie about being raped. It's gotten to the point where cops don't even take it seriously. You know, you have to have substantial evidence against the person to actually get them charged with rape now. And it's unfortunate for those people that have actually been raped, but this is what happens when you just let people say anything. This is what happens when you have a society where nobody gets held accountable for their actions. If lying about being raped was a criminal offense and people that lied about it were held accountable for their actions, you wouldn't have people lying about rape anymore because they would get punished. And then when people who have actually been raped, when they go to the police, and you know, then it would properly get investigated. But this is the society we live in, so for the sake of this video, we're gonna assume the dude is telling the truth. The main reason I'm pausing it here is because there's something important that I want you guys to understand. If you put in work, you must never tell anybody. This poor little 17-year-old kid, again, assuming the dude is telling the truth, he did the right thing. He put an end to the rape. He did what he needed to do. The mistake he made, because he did everything else correctly, he dismembered the body, chopped it up, spread it out. That was wise. He got rid of all the DNA evidence. So, I mean, this kid clearly looked up how to get away with murder, or asked somebody in the neighborhood who got away with murder, how do you get away with murder? So he did everything correct. The mistake that he made was he told on himself. And I get it. He probably thought he could trust his dad. But if the dude that was raping his sister was your uncle, that was your dad's brother. Now, obviously, you should side with your child because your child came from you. Your child is supposed to be above your brother in the bloodline hierarchy. But I don't know their family. I don't know their relationships because that's in an ideal society. We don't live in an ideal society, and a lot of family members don't get along with each other. But the mistake this kid made was he told his dad. He believed he could trust his father with anything, and then his father double-crossed him.
My God.
And he got double life sentences for that at 17 years old for trying to protect his little sister because the dude would not stop his little sister.
Right.
Super good dude. Small.
This is something else that you'll notice these convicts on YouTube do. They'll always open up their story by trying to appeal to your sense of morality, because you got to understand, a lot of criminals are sociopaths, psychopaths. They understand how to mirror emotions even though they can't feel certain emotions themselves. They know that if they open up their story with some heroic night chivalry shit, it's going to reel you in, and it's going to make you lower your guard and trust what they're saying is gospel. Okay? Because it's like, okay, we're good dudes, but we're in prison. And again, if what he's saying is true, I would agree. That dude did the right thing. His only mistake was snitching on himself and telling his dad. But just pay attention. When you watch these prison YouTube videos, pay attention. Criminals will always try to open up their story in a way that makes them look like some type of honorable hero that was wrongly punished by the system.
Small dude. Like I get in there and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm short timing, and this is my second celly that I have. And I'm a big dude, you know what I'm saying? And he's a small dude. And I could instantly, when I walked in, not even knowing who the dude was, I could tell by his demeanor that this dude is no joke. He was like, first thing he said to me was paperwork. And I'm like, right.
The YouTuber Wes Watson has made this paperwork shit popular. That's not what happens in prison. Because this is what you guys gotta understand, right? If you kill somebody in prison, or you seriously injure somebody in prison, you're probably gonna get another life sentence, or at least 25 years. Like, if the person doesn't die, but it's like a serious bodily injury, that's 25 years, right? 15 minimal. It varies by state, but I know in Maryland, if you seriously, like, because attempted murder in Maryland, you get the same penalty as murder. So attempted murder in the second degree, that's 25 years. Attempted murder in the first degree, that's life. So the reason inmates don't ask for your paperwork, this is purely an internet thing that was populated by Wes Watson. Again, they say this shit because criminals are trying to make it seem like there's a moral hierarchy among criminals, right? They try to make it seem like that murderers are the good guys, but rapists are the bad guys. But what they don't tell you is that they're the rapers. What they don't tell you is that in prison, the gang leaders are doing the raping, right? They don't tell you this part, though. The booty taken in Maryland got so bad that we had to carry PREA, Prison Rape Elimination Act, on our person at all times, the correctional officers. But the main reason, so back to my point. The main reason they don't ask you for your paperwork in prison is because if you did a crime that they have a problem with, and they attack you, and they kill you, now they got another life sentence, and they're probably going to go to solitary confinement for the rest of their life. Because if you kill somebody in prison, your security level increases. If you're already in a maximum, they ship you to a supermax. Okay, in Maryland, we got a supermax prison where you're basically in solitary confinement 23 hours a day. So, again, it sounds good, right? It sounds good to the sheep on the internet that don't know anything, who eat this up like gospel. But I'm here to tell you, they don't ask you for your paperwork in prison like the YouTubers say, because if you have faulty paperwork and they attack you or kill you for that, they're going to spend the rest of their life in solitary confinement. And trust me when I say this, Nobody wants to go from having a little 3-4 year sentence. I think he's about to say he did 39 months. Nobody's going to turn their 3-year sentence into a life sentence, and nobody's going to turn their life sentence into a life sentence in solitary confinement. Nobody's doing that. So generally speaking, people don't ask you for your paperwork in prison until you start building up a rapport and y'all start talking. So, damn, I'm only 1 minute into the video, but I can't. This is what I mean. I can't watch these videos because they just fucking lie. Let me get through this though. There's something specific that I wanted to cover. That's the whole reason I'm even doing this. So let me focus.
Right here, buddy. And I'm like, yours. And he hands me his paperwork, and I'm like, all the respect, dog. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, cool. So you're here on UUMVs. So when's your out date? And I'm like, oh, I got 39 months. He's like, cool. That's the last time you'll ever talk about getting out around me.
That part is accurate. If you're here's the thing, right? So he's full of shit for a couple of reasons. If people that only had fucking 3-year sentences got housed with people that had double life, if that actually happened, then he would be right. Lifers don't want to hear. Lifers don't hang around people that don't have life. Generally speaking, because they don't want to be reminded of freedom. Somebody who has a 39-month sentence, okay, which it sounds like he did federal time, because the feds, they go by months. The states, we go by years. So it sounds like he did federal time. You're not gonna get housed with a double lifer if you only got a 3-year sentence. A 3-year sentence is minimal security. This dude was in a minimal security prison camp where the correctional officers weren't even armed. Now, hey, if I'm wrong, somebody post his DIN number and I'll look it up. If I'm wrong and he somehow was in the maximum with a 3-year fucking sentence, then hey, I'll make a follow-up video apologizing for being wrong. But this dude had a 3-year sentence, yet he was housed with a double lifer. Y'all just let these people come on the internet and say anything, bro. Like, holy shit, man.
And I was like, facts. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He's like, we have some rules in this cell. You sit down to pee. And I'm like,
I don't give a fuck how big you are. I don't give a fuck what your charges are, man. If you let another man tell you you gotta sit down to pee, you're a bitch. I'm just keeping it blunt with you. Nobody tells me how to pee, man. I would get a life sentence in prison because I would do some shit. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on.
Explain it. And he's like, so there is a piss mist radius when you stand up and you pee, you know.
And inmates don't talk like that. Listen to how he's talking. Doesn't he sound like he's talking like somebody on the internet would talk? A piss miss radius. Criminals don't talk like that, bro. Nah, come on, man. But y'all just let these people come on the internet and say anything, man.
2-3 feet from the water, there's a splashback mist radius, and he goes, this is my home for the rest of my life. I'm never going to see the streets again in my life, and I don't want to live with a bunch of other dudes piss. You'll be in and out of here. This is my forever hell.
This is probably how lifers actually think, but they don't say it like that, man. They don't talk about a piss miss ratio, man. And if you tell another man how to piss, this is the thing, right? The dude had a double life sentence, so he would be in a maximum security facility. You're not going to tell somebody in a maximum how to fucking piss. That's going to get you stabbed. But this guy's never been in a maximum. He had 39 months, bruh. That's a minimal security facility. So he's never... Y'all just let these people come on the internet and say anything, man.
Oh, and I was like, I got you. I can respect that.
JD, I got the same speech.
Did you?
When I went to Two Rivers.
You were in prison? You? This boy was a mule, you heard me. Look up mule. This guy was a mule, man. Oh man, this guy went to prison. This dude, look at his eyes, bro. This dude's softer than baby shit, bro. You went to prison, man. They just got people fabricating. They got people lying, saying that they've been to prison, man. This shit's crazy, bro.
With my celly doing life, shot caller for the Hells Angels out there.
Of course, he was. Of course, right? Of course, his celly was like the shot caller for one of the biggest gangs in America. Of course, right? Man, they don't even try to make their lies believable. Like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
To this day, 15 years later, I still sit to pee.
Yeah, bro.
So you still piss like a bitch, man. Okay, you know what? Okay, 15 years ago, he probably was a kid. He probably was in a juvenile facility. And juvenile prisons are worse than adult prisons. There's more booty taken in juvenile prisons than there are in adult prisons. There's more stabbings in juvenile prisons than there are in adult prisons because kids, you know, a life sentence, well, I mean, it is forever. A 5-year sentence is forever to a kid, but a life sentence, man, yeah. This dude was a mule, and this dude, man, you know, he was down. If you can read between the lines, then you get what I'm saying, man. There's a reason he still goes to the bathroom like a woman 15 years later, because they made a woman out of him, bro. I shouldn't be joking about this, man. YouTube's gonna take my video down. But no, man, fuck these guys, man. They don't even try to make their story sound believable, bro. And it's always the people that say the most bold-faced lies. Like, the algorithm makes it so that the more bullshit you say, the more views you get. There's a reason why when actual lifers, people that have done 40 to 50 years in prison, there's a reason why when they get out on parole, they get their life sentence overturned or they get out on parole. There's a reason why when they make videos, they only get 50 views, man. Because the algorithm prefers you guys to get brainwashed by bullshit. That's why bullshit is the key to getting views. Let's finish the video.
Bro, like, I mean, if
Way
I'm
more comfortable.
if I'm home,
And look at this, man. He found Solstice pissing like a bitch, bro. He found Solstice going to the bathroom like a woman, man. It ain't more comfortable, but these are the people y'all listen to? Get the fuck out of here, man.
that's generally a lot of the time that's what I do if I'm home.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
don't
I'm
sit
saying?
to pee at like the zoo. or
No,
something like
I'm
that,
absolutely not going to be out at the clur. You know what I'm saying? Getting my twerk on and then, you know, sitting down to pee. But like at home, I absolutely do that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
chicks.
I'm done. I can't listen to any more of this shit. We got two grown men, okay, two grown adult men talking about they were shot callers in prison with 3-year sentences and that their cellies were Hell's Angels shot callers with 3-year sentences. You would be in a minimal security facility, yet your cellies were shot callers who had double life. And they basically made you a bitch in prison. And then when you got out of prison, you continued to pee sitting down like a woman. No, I can't listen to this shit anymore. I'll see you guys in the next video. When you're on the internet, please fact check the information that you're listening to, man. Nothing in the public domain is here to tell you the truth anyways, but I feel like a lot of you guys just go on the internet and then y'all listen to the first thing y'all hear and y'all don't fact check it, and then it leads y'all to think ridiculous shit. So I gotta get out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next video.